I'm Debbie DeChambeau. Earl gave a great introduction to me. I don't want to talk through the slides there. I'm a marketing consultant. Actually, what I do is I help small businesses create a marketing strategy. I'm not the tactical piece of it, i.e. I don't do the websites, I don't do the Hobby Pro for them, I help them see the products, I don't do the printing, I help them create the strategy. So what I'm going to talk about today is really the strategy. For each of you who are in business for yourselves today, or if you're thinking about going into business for yourselves today, what is your marketing strategy? I'm going to give you a lot of ideas. You're going to walk out of here going, oh my God, I don't know if I can handle all this. That's okay. When you leave here today, take one or two of those ideas and say, I can actually implement those two ideas in my business. Test it, measure it, move forward. For those of you who are helping small businesses, I want you to also think about yourselves as a marketing consultant when you go and talk to them about the Combat 5 product or any other product that you're trying to sell to them. The reason why is the more value you can add to your customers, the more they're going to want to work with you, the more they're going to want to keep you in the loop, and the more opportunities you're going to have to continue to sell to them and cross-sell to them and keep them on as clients. Okay? So think about those two things as we talk. There's a few of you who have heard me talk before. This is going to be a little bit repetitive for you, but I'm actually going to change it up a little bit and hope that when you walk out of here today, you are actually going to have a couple of hands-on ideas that you can go and implement from what we talked about today. Okay? So go ahead. We are going to talk about 7 things. I'm going to spend the first half hour on probably the first 2, which is developing your strategy and talking about your marketing hourglass. I'm probably going to zip through the last 5 just because I think the first 2 today are going to be a little bit more applicable to those of you who are in the room. Okay? For those of you who have never read this book, this has nothing to do with me or what I do, but I talk to every business owner about this. It's called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. If you haven't read it, I highly encourage you to purchase it, to read it. It's a great way to model your business. It's a great gift that you can give to your clients who are business owners. Because business is all about setting things up as a system. And if you've got a system that you can follow, think about McDonald's, that's kind of what the book models. If you've got a system you can follow, it's really simple to move your business forward. It's also a great way to bring other people in, and they're going to follow the system that you've already created. So I highly recommend that book. What business are you all in?
Marketing and communication. Oh no. Yeah, marketing and communication.
Marketing and communications. What business are you in?
Sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing. What business are you in?
Legal.
Legal. Okay. What business are you in?
People.
People. What business are you in?
Social media.
Social media. What business are you in?
Real estate industry.
I think those of you who said sales and marketing, no matter what you want to call yourselves, those of you who said sales and marketing got the right answer. The reason why is, if you're not selling, if you're not marketing, where are your clients going to come from? Okay. I do a class for a local business center, and one of the first questions I always ask people is, what business are you in? And they'll say legal, they'll say real estate. And that's kind of what your title is, if you will. But if you're not selling, if you're not marketing, you're not bringing in those clients. So in your own head, you have to be thinking that you are in the sales and marketing business. We in the duct tape marketing world have a definition of marketing. Can anybody tell me what you think your definition of marketing is?
It's funny, I just thought about that the other day and I never looked it up.
Okay.
And so it's sort of long-winded, but
Mine's
marketing.
3 words.
It's 3 words?
Mine's 3 words, but go ahead and long-winded real quick.
I'll get real quick. Well, at its very core, it's communication. And it's communication about an idea or an object that calls on the person to take action with them.
Anybody else have a definition of marketing?
Story.
Telling a story could be a component of it.
Person's presentation and distribution.
Okay. That could be a
Getting your
component.
message through.
When we're marketing, who are we generally marketing to? Our prospects? Is that correct? Okay. My definition of marketing is how do you get your prospects to know, like, and trust you? Okay? It's that simple. It's not complicated. It's just how do you get your prospects to know, like, and trust you? So everything that Earl talked about, everything that I'm about to talk about, is all about how do you get your prospects to know, like, and trust you. This is the part we're going to spend a little bit of time on today, which is narrowing your focus and understanding how you differentiate yourself from your competition. Narrowing your focus is kind of two different parts. One is understanding who your ideal client is. The other part is targeting your marketing efforts, if you will. When you understand who your ideal client is, it should be people who value you, it should be people who are profitable to you, and it should be people that refer you. Oftentimes, when we market to anyone because we think they're all going to be clients, especially people who just get started in business, like, I'm hungry, I gotta get whatever I can get. But if you really focus your marketing on the people that you want to be doing business with, you will see greater success a lot faster. And when I deal with a lot of business owners, oftentimes when they've been around for 3 or 4 years and they've taken whatever they could get, they're like, I'm working with people I don't really want to be working with. They're wasting my time. They're not profitable. So if you start your business out, or you just focus your marketing on the ideal client, then you're going to have greater success towards the end. How many of you in here are using the Comment 5 product right now? I'd say we've got about half of you. So for those of you using the Comment 5 product, what's an ideal client for Comment 5?
Someone who's aggressive and is eager to get out there and market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do marketing for small businesses, so for us, of course, our business that we use, Comment 5, would be a business that is looking to grow.
Do you put any criteria around looking to grow? Like, do you look for a certain number of employees, certain revenue size, a certain amount of time in business, certain marketing budget? Do you look for any of those characteristics?
Well, right now, we're working mainly with new businesses that have just come out. So those are the ones that we're targeting at this point.
Okay, that's who your category is. Your ideal client. There's no right or wrong here, I don't think, most of the time. Anybody else? Oh, I'm sorry.
I said legal, just to say.
Okay.
Actually, a chiropractic assistant, and our values are, we're looking for clients who can pay, stay, and refer.
They stay and refer. That's good. That's why put all that effort into something they can't afford to pay, right? So you may, that's something to definitely keep in mind. Okay. You also want to look at demographics. What's the area that you want to work? What's their buying decision? That's what psychographics is. What empowers them to make that buying decision? And geographically, where are they located? The other part, I'm going to stay on the slide for a couple of minutes. The other part I think is important for you to think about is a target market. And I think this is essential when it comes to marketing, particularly for those of you who are marketing a Comment 5 product who are looking for business owners. I'm a big believer that if you focus on a niche, you become the expert in that industry, you will see greater success pretty quickly. I'm going to use myself as an example. My background, I'm actually an insurance agent. I've been one for high school. And so I have decided to make my target market the insurance and financial services world. So I go to their association meetings. I can speak their lingo. I am known as the expert in that industry from a marketing perspective. That's how I'm trying to position myself. Okay? I saw a presentation a couple of years ago from another insurance agent who was the expert in the private school industry. And she did everything that she could to create herself position herself as the expert in that industry. So from a marketing perspective for you, if you find a target market that you can become the expert in that industry, you can position yourself that way, you're going to see greater success. Earl talked a lot about restaurants. Okay? This product works really well. The Mobi Pro works really well in the restaurant industry. Could you see yourself becoming an expert in marketing to the restaurant world? Okay. What are some other industries that the Comment 5 product works really well?
Real estate.
Real estate. Okay.
Automotive.
Automotive. Okay. So could you see yourself becoming the expert in marketing to real estate agents using the Comment 5 product? You are a real estate agent now? So that's even more, you're like me as the insurance agent. You speak the lingo. You know what's lingo. You know what's going on. Okay? So you can position yourself as the marketing expert there. In the automotive world, position yourself as the expert there. You help automobile dealerships, you help automobile sales representatives increase their business. And when you're able to say, I'm helping 10, 15, 20 other companies, all of a sudden now you've got some credibility as well. With some of the other steps that I'm going to talk about in the marketing process, the more content you put out there about how good you are in your industry, the more you're going to show up on the search engines, the more credibility you're going to get. That sort of ties back into what Earl was talking about with doing the once-a-week video out there on your content. So think about an industry that you want to go after, that you feel the product will work really well in, and try to narrow your focus a little bit from your marketing perspective for selling the product. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't work with other clients, and that's the one piece I don't want you to get confused about. You can help anybody, but if you've got a marketing budget, let's say of $1,000 a quarter, and you're going to place some ads somewhere, or you're going to spend some time going to some trade shows or to some networking events focused on that industry, find something where you're passionate about, and you will see good success from that. Now, the other component to your marketing strategy, other than understanding your ideal client and understanding your target market, is what makes you different from your competition. So for those of you selling the Comment 5 product, Earl went through a lot on the Mobi Pro. Earl also sort of did the high overview on the Comment 5. I don't think there's anybody else out there that combines that entire suite of products in one package. But you have to understand who your competition is, and you have to understand what makes you different from your competition, so that when you are putting information out there, when you're talking to prospects, you're able to really hit the mark. So I want to sort of do a little brainstorming for a couple of minutes on what makes the Comment 5 package and what makes the Mobi Pro package different from the competition. Earl, you may have to help us out here.
I'll start with one stop.
One-stop shopping, okay, good, yeah.
The price point for it, especially for the apps. And I have done some research on that, so I do know that the price point is very low, and that the fact that it's all inclusive really makes it appealing.
Okay. All-inclusive is good because you understand what all-inclusive is, but does your prospect understand what all-inclusive is? And you might want to break that down a little bit more. I mean, for today's purposes, that's fine, but what else makes you different from your competition? For those of you in the real estate world, how does this product differ from some of the other products out there?
There's nothing else like that.
Okay. There's some people in the real estate world offering an app, I think.
Well, yeah, but the app is not the same as our app.
Okay.
And our systems, we have incredible systems in real estate, all kinds, but this one includes the video, the apps, nothing else is like this product yet.
Don't say yet, nobody else is going to touch us. What else makes us different from the competition?
Well, how about the human factor? The fact that the people you're dealing with actually care about the success of your business.
Okay. That's a good thing that you can market. What else? Go ahead.
For people who are interested in having the product pay for itself, I don't think there's any company or any product that can beat our competition.
Compensation plan.
Another thing is control. Being able to have control, such as this gentleman, I forgot your name, but him being able to do those shows and being able to have that type of control through the internet and so on is very powerful.
Yeah, I would call that power to express yourself.
Power to express yourself.
As well as ownership, because you do own all of your own content.
Flexibility to change things quickly.
Okay.
Like a video that they get, it's stuck with it for a year until they decide to pay another $1,500. So we can change it.
Okay, good.
Analytics and tracking.
Analytics and tracking, that's huge. That's huge from a marketing perspective. That's huge. So again, if you're adding value to the people you're selling this product to, that's a significant one. But I think some of the other programs have that too, but it's something to definitely be promoted. What else makes you different from your competition?
More personal touch. We can respond with an audio, we can respond with a video, it's a lot more personal. The other way, there's barriers between us and what's currently out there, particularly in real estate.
It's the video email, that's very unique. Nobody else has the
Powerful.
video email, do they?
Well, this company that puts out, that just started.
It's good to know that, talk to
Yeah,
Earl about that,
just
so
for the
he's
sake
aware
of
of what
that.
competition is, but that's essential.
But I think the word that was used, all-inclusive, and we are using it for this purpose, is the most powerful thing because there is just about every product that we have available, technologically available somewhere, but not right on your desktop that you can go from budget to budget and pull it up, make it work for you, pull it all together, put a marketing campaign together. For a small business owner who's wearing a lot of hats, that's very attractive, but also for a large business, it's really big business marketing on a small business budget.
I think that's great. Hear those words, big business marketing on a small business budget. Great, great, great words. So Earl's back there nodding his head, so we get money on the mark on that one. All right. Again, I think that when you market your differentiators, that's important to do. So you kind of have to understand what they are first, but when you're able to market them, if you were to create an ad, if you were to create some video pieces, what makes me different from my competition, that's what your customers want to hear, okay? But oftentimes, businesses don't understand what makes them different from the competition. And when you don't understand what makes you different, it's hard to put that out there for the competition. Couple of things that you want to know from your customers. And these are usually ones they bought from you, but this helps you with your marketing that you're doing. Why would they buy from you? Okay? Oftentimes why you think they bought from you is not the reasons why they actually bought from you. So try to get in the habit of, after you've made the sale, why did you buy from us? What would you Google to find us? Okay? That helps you with the keywords that you might want to be putting into your website. That helps with the keywords if you're blogging or if you're doing the videos that you might want to make sure that you're using to help with SEO. What are some things that we could do better? The best way you can grow your business, the best way you can become more successful is to listen to your clients and what they say about you and improve on those things that they think that you can improve on. And would you refer us? This is a tough question to ask, but if your customers say, no, I wouldn't refer you, they're usually doing it for one of two reasons. The easy reason is they don't know how, because a lot of people don't know how to refer. But the more important reason is if they wouldn't refer you because they didn't like what you did, then you need to know about that so that you can fix that and make sure that all of your clients would refer you moving forward. Also important to understand why people are buying. Are they buying the unique product or service? Are they buying your process? Are they buying your experience? People that are selling? Are they buying your guarantee? Are they buying unique solutions to problems? I actually heard an advertisement on the radio today. This is totally off of the Comment 5 product, but I thought it was brilliant when it comes to a unique product or service. Allstate Insurance. They have just come out with something called their Claim Satisfaction Guarantee. It's brand new, and I actually was skiing last week and one of their agents told me about it. That's why I know how brand new this is. But the concept is if you're not happy with their claim service, they will give you a credit on the next 6 months of your auto premium on that policy. It's brilliant. It's different. It will set them apart from their competition because nobody else is doing it. They put a name to it. That's all marketing right there. So think in terms of the Comment 5 product, they've created a lot of those concepts for you already. They've created the Mobi Pro. They've got the tailored training in the back end. When you're helping your own clients, okay, what kind of unique products and services do they offer? What kind of names are they putting on things? How can you help them see that to make them different from their competition? That's what makes you bring more value to the products and services that you're offering to them. Image is everything. Now, if you are using the Comment 5 product, there are some rules that you need to follow for using the brand. Okay? But if you are using your own website and you've got business cards and you've got materials that you're doing, you want to make sure that everything follows the same brand. All right? Don't go recreate the wheel and have your cards look like one thing and your letterhead or your emails look like something else. Create that brand so that people see and recognize what you're doing. The Comment 5 logo, you see it everywhere you go. People will begin to recognize that brand when they see the logo. If it's my Select Business Marketing logo, as it gets out, people will begin to recognize that brand. That's what you want to be doing with your business as well. I'm going to talk to you about something called the Marketing Hourglass. And the Marketing Hourglass is the sales funnel. The sales funnel sort of turns upside down. Here's your sales funnel right here, but we're taking the sales funnel, flipping it upside down, creating an hourglass. For those of you who have been in sales for a while, you know that we're always trying to get our prospects down in through the funnel, and they come out the funnel as clients, and then we move on to find the next client, okay? Well, what I want you to start to think about is how do you turn that client into additional business and referral partners as well. But oftentimes what happens in the sales process is I meet you today, you give me a demonstration of your product, and then all of a sudden you expect me to buy from you, okay? You haven't built the know, like, and trust. So in your marketing strategy, you've got to find a way to create the know, like, and trust so that when I'm ready to buy, I already understand what you do, I like what you have to offer, I know you're going to do a good job for me, and the sale is going to come just like that. And once I make it through the funnel, you've got to have a program for how do you get additional business from me, and how do you get me to refer you. So the other part I want to spend a little bit of time on, for those of you who are using the Comment 5 product, is what are some different things you can do to build the know, like, and trust with the Comment 5 product. I want to brainstorm here a little bit about that so that when you leave here today, you can go back and say, let me do those 2 or 3 things to start building that know, like, and trust as part of my own marketing strategy. So what are some things that you can do? And let me just back up before you answer the question while you're thinking. Oftentimes, some of the know, like, and trust can intermingle. It's not like you have to have a separate thing for the know, a separate thing for the like, and a separate thing for the trust. Oftentimes, for example, going to a networking event, they're getting to know you right there. They like you because of the conversations that you're having, and maybe there's the next step for building the trust. So, what are some things as Comment 5 resellers, Comment 5 users, that you can do to build know, like, and trust?
Well, for one thing, our system allows us to personalize the communications that we send back to a person we might have met at a networking group. So you can not only have your communication say, hi, Joe, but you can say, it was great learning about your hourglass business without actually having to sit down and write each one of those things out. So you can personalize the communication tools that you use to quickly reach out to as many people as you need.
One of the main things is first understanding and learning about Comment 5 so that you could explain it to business owners. One of the things that we found, especially small business owners, they really don't understand this at all. They really don't. It's very difficult. Sometimes it's a little difficult to really explain everything to them and have them digest that and then go back and re-explain it again. So you have to be very patient with small businesses because they really do not know this technology. So patience is very important, really understanding Comment 5 so that you could explain it.
I'm taking you to a different level, and what you said is very accurate, but I want to take you to a different level of some tactics, okay? How do you get in front of your prospects, okay, so that you can build the know, like, and trust? Networking would be considered a tactic, okay? What are some other tactics?
Well, we talked about earlier, you talked about choosing a niche market. And then it's going out and introducing yourself as a person to that niche market. And engaging them in conversation that really allows you to get to know them and then get to know you, and then you build that, the like, and I would say you even repeat that for a while to get some trust. And then through that trust, you get them to try what you've talked about.
Okay, so that's face-to-face, going to a networking event, if you will. Okay, so we're putting networking event as the tactic. Okay?
Yeah, one thing that we do is we send out a newsletter.
Okay.
And in the newsletter, we provide them with information that would be of value to them that eventually will link right back to us.
Excellent. So newsletters can be a tactic. Now, they may have had to know you beforehand to sign up for the email newsletter, but you begin to build the like and the trust by constantly touching them on a regular basis. So the idea behind that is, and Earl mentioned this earlier as well, set up 12 email newsletters so that it's redone and you can send them out when you need for them to go.
I think one of the things that I would like to focus on is the speed and consistency. I mean, to me, it's the big thing is getting back really rapidly while everything's fresh, and consistency, like make sure you know newsletters out consistently on time, your message is consistent and keeps coming when it's expected.
So you're talking about email newsletters again?
Right.
Okay. Again, remember, I'm trying to keep you focused on tactics here, okay? I'm trying to keep you focused on the tactics.
Well, using a system, in real estate, we have a system, 8x8 touch system, 33 touch systems, different things that you can do, like you're talking about tactics, inviting them to something, a video email, a phone call, a handwritten note, using the product, Combat 5, to actually communicate with them so they can see the value of that, a video broadcast or whatever. But it has to be put into a system to work.
Exactly. So the video emails, you may do a series of educational emails on buying real estate, or if you're selling to real estate agents, you may do a series of webinars on marketing your business. Okay, so it's webinars would be the tactic that you've implemented. Do you have something?
I do. It's an effective, user-friendly social media presence. So the social media is user-friendly because it's got a video instead of a bunch of words. It's cutting edge, but not difficult to use. So people get to know you, and if you've got things in common because you put your profile up there, they're gonna like you. And usually if they like you, that leads to the next thing.
So social media could be the tactic. Okay. How about this event today? Could this event today be considered a tactic of marketing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're inviting your prospects into a room. You're doing a training session, if you will, on something to add value to them. They're getting to know you. They're getting to like you. They're trusting you a little bit more. And then maybe you have some sort of offer at the end for them to try you. Okay. Maybe you do some sort of demo where they can, sign up. Some sort of trial offer that you can offer them. So that's what you want to be thinking about with your marketing is what are the different tactics that you're going to build for the know, like, and trust? How do you get them to try your product? And then hopefully if you've done a good enough job in the first 4 phases, getting them to buy from you is going to be a stand-up. One of the things you also need to be thinking about is when you meet somebody at a networking event, or you meet somebody here at this presentation, they may not be ready to buy from you just yet. Okay? They may not be ready for 6 or 12 or 24 months. And oftentimes what I see businesses do is say, okay, you didn't buy from me, nice to meet you, and move on to the next one. And they don't continue to touch those prospects on a regular basis. Those are the people that, with the Comment 5, with the database system that's built in there, will allow you to continue to touch or stay in touch with them. You've got all that information in one place. Plus with the email newsletters, you get to touch them on a consistent basis too. You can continue to invite them to events like this. But you've got to find a way to continue to touch them, continue to stay in front of them so that they don't forget about you. How much time do I have left? Because I got to see how fast I can go. Anybody tell me the time?
20 till 11.
20 minutes.
About 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to go a little fast the rest of this because those are the 2 key pieces that I really wanted you to walk away with some ideas today is your ideal client, your target market, what makes you different from your competition, which is not good, and then the marketing hourglass. But the rest of what I'm about to talk about is different ideas